Hi guys, how are you tonight? Happy date night Thursday. Thanks so much for being here. It's subscriber date night, so if you're new and joining us, know that I have the most amazing team and tribe of subscribers. So you are welcome here. They will make sure you are taken care of. They are very welcoming. And I must say, divinely picked. Of course they are. So thanks for being here tonight. It is Thursday date night, and that is where I'm going to do a quick general reading, and then I get to pull personal cards for you guys with your questions. So let me know here. Let me know, Diana and Branda, if you guys are interested in a reading tonight. You guys are here first, so I'll go ahead and put us down. I have a 6 to 8 p.m. schedule tonight, so I will attempt to stick to that tonight. So let me make sure I've got the right microphone. Okay, that should be the one. All right. Yes, ma'am, she says. Okay, got you guys down here. Diana with a purple heart, intuition buzzing there. Okay, guys, I'm not surprised. Every journey starts with one single step. Because the corporate overlords don't like any nip slips here. I'll just put my finger casually over. But she is holding a big piece of luggage, and there are moths coming out of that. So this might denote that this is a journey of transformation. It feels internal because look how kind of those walls or that cave kind of would resemble an internal organ there. The passageway could be lungs as well. Maybe you're finally ready to take a breath of fresh air. With the moths, that's either denoting that it's been a hot minute since you prioritized yourself here, since you started a new journey, but it's all about transformation. And what I do love is that there's some magic sparkles there in her suitcase. So there's some surprises along the way. This came up in a reading, and I believe I put it on the thumbnail, and she's back. All that green heart chakra energy. And of course, that would be the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It's a 39 energy. So, and it says free from judgment and free to love. Okay. And that green energy. I'm like, of course, I'm going to make a Wicked reference because I love Wizard of Oz. And if you haven't seen the second installment, it was just as wonderful as the first with the 39 energy. That is the number 12. So guys, we got a 12-12 energy here, in essence, a 33, okay, which would be the 6th energy of the lovers. And this orange here, it's starting orange and kind of ending up green as the energy starts to flow up. So that would have to do with our sacral chakra. Happy Orange Day. It is our sacral chakra day, or a 2 life path day. So this message might have some more significance for you, or have some extra details if you happen to be a life path 2. Could also be life path 3 here, which is going to be tomorrow, regarding the solar plexus. That is all about internal joy. Yep. Like if I didn't already have it there, there's the feet moving, bringing it into form. And a 41, a 5 of change. Okay, well, this is pretty interesting so far. I'm going to keep both of those. And then we've got this 19 energy, could have to do with cycles. I just met with a client this week who is in a personal 19 year, and I'm like, girl, this is a big deal. So it's a big deal if you are in a personal 19 year, and it's a big deal if your birth date adds up to 19. You get the extra energy of the sun on top of the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician energy. And I'm getting that with this magic here. Now, under her feet, where it says bring it into form, kind of stomping in some rain puddles here, maybe even running along the beach. Maybe you're planning this trip. You might have to drive. With the airline prices right now, might be a better idea if at all possible. But I'm seeing these dragonflies all around her feet. Okay. And when they take flight, sometimes they fly as two. They kind of conjoin, just like our conjunctions in the sky. And speaking of the conjunction, the biggest one of the day, it's Mercury CAZIMI day. So when the heart of the sun, just like the big dial or the big arm on the clock, lines up with the little dial, that's called a conjunction. It's like I call it clicking glasses, clinking the champagne glasses. And Mercury, the planet of communication, is going to be highlighting or given energy from the sun. Communication will be amplified. It's the symbol of a light bulb, having our light bulb moments. So with this journey, starting with a single step, this very well could indicate your light bulb moment. And with all that green energy here, we do have the new moon coming up in Taurus on Sunday, and that's Venus energy. So if you looked at my notes today, at the top I have Venus is exalted tonight at 2 degrees. It always is once a month, and it's VA-VA-VOOM Venus time. With the new moon also in Venus, this could be a new start and running your way towards love, especially with the free from judgment, free to love. And if you're like, Angie got cobwebs on the pantaloons, I haven't dated in a while. By the way, you can brush off your own damn cobwebs, right? That's the best way to get to know our own selves. And Venus is about pleasure, guys. We are here in a human body, having a human experience. That's very difficult. And if our bodies can feel pleasure and we have the ability to do that, joy is pleasure. And there's all kinds of pleasure to be had. So allow yourself that joy. This does feel like even if you haven't been in love or dated anyone for a hot minute, this is an old cycle's closing here, and we can dream a beautiful dream with that world card energy there. When one door opens or one door closes, the next one opens. Okay. I wish I didn't have to cover them up. They are pretty damn perfect. Okay. Mine never looked like that. I had over the shoulder boulder holder was my bra size in high school, if that gives you any idea. Judy Jude, just in time when I start talking about over the shoulder boulder holders. All right, guys, we still are in the Aries moon until 10:29 this evening p.m. And that's when the VA-VA-VOOM Venus is going to kick in, because the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So later on tonight, let me know if you have a little something going on, and maybe have some for me if you're because that brings joy to everyone, right? All right, let me get I already got my oracles, and we used our story last time, I think. I don't know why I want both of them out here. Maybe we'll clarify both oracle decks. Okay, well, on the bottom of the energy, there is Mars, which is where Aries and Chiron are both sitting. This denotes the energies of Aries and also Scorpio, because it was its home planet before the addition of Pluto. There's a fire brewing here, guys. It does feel like a romance fire, because this is my How Stella Got a Groove Back card. Let's see what's on the top of the deck here. Where are you going? Okay, you're coming out of a place of lack. I literally wrote about this card attached in the live chat at the very, very top. If you're watching afterwards, the link to my Angi Notes It's always the reading before the reading. So if you want to get a heads up on what the energy is that we're surfing, you can always look there. But I talked about the Five of Pentacles being like a lack mindset. And you're like, yeah, it's been a hot minute. So if you feel like you haven't even been in a tunnel of love, maybe you've been in a tunnel of hell, I don't know, but you're like, nope, definitely nothing to see here on this end. I feel like that's about to change. Okay, that volcano is about to erupt. It does feel like you've released something here because you're holding the bag and willing to face forward and go. So I hope that's a good sign. I mean, I can't make this shit up. Yeah, same, Judy. I think I was a 38F or something like that. I look like a water. I look like a water. I am a water. I looked like a walking letter L upside down. And you fly to Myrtle Beach this Sunday. That's amazing. Ah, awesome. No orange premiere than that. Well, there's some orange here, and also, I mean, I don't know. This is Gemini energy, and I was talking about VA-VA-VOOM Venus, and Venus is in Gemini, and currently Sun is in Taurus. We've already left that deacon, so maybe at the start of Taurus season, you were still like, I don't know, I don't know. But the situation is, guys, a choice is about to show up for you, that or a deep soul tie here. Let me see what other cards are going to be going with that lover's energy. Well, there's your heat. Hot communication much? Thanks, Kazimi. That would be fueling the lover's energy. So this is it with the horns. Dun, dun, dun. Make no mistake where you are. So if you are in a position here of being in the now, we've gotten out of yesteryear and out of what had happened was stories. Confidence is returning here, and I don't know if you're communicating this change or this is the communication's coming from the outside. We had a reading where I was saying the call was coming from inside the house. The change needed to happen inside the house rather than someone exterior. Opportunity for the sun, come on. Okay, what's guiding the sun? Oh, the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this is about standing your ground on what makes you happy. And God damn it, I've worked hard to get here. I put in the labor and toil of this. I am free from having, free from judging others. That means that I am freeing myself from judging myself, right? So you ever notice that the finger pointers are not so quick to point it at themselves? You know, they want to blame outside and they want to be a blame shifter. And everybody's been in this energy, guys. Everybody's been at that level of emotional development where it's like, oh, you just don't like the way someone says something, what they say, what they've done, blah, 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 blah. When you get to a point where you're like, I don't care what anybody does, as long as they're not hurting anyone that I love, and as long as that is for the best and highest good, and they're learning their lessons, I ain't judging nobody. I'm a vault, and I am clear of judgment. I know too much. There's so much in there, and it will never be told. So, I don't know if someone, I'm telling you that. Maybe somebody feels like they're bursting with a secret here. And hopefully you have someone, you can always email me, I'll always listen. You have someone that you can literally just tell everything to. They know everything about you. There are no secrets, right? So for those of you that don't have that, I am saying either that kind of friendship is coming. It might be attached to a relationship, but it is based on conversation that you both care about and that makes you happy. Okay. Now, in the recent past, that's a big asterisk card. In the recent past, there's our 20. So in my write-up today, I talked about all the twos. Oop, my ear's going there. That's the right side. This is future-based. Something's coming up again. This can be coming around again for judgment, or it just has. And you're telling me this time, I didn't go inside. I didn't fall for it. I didn't take the bait. I'm making a judgment here, a choice to walk towards my happiness, my sunshine. I feel like this is for some of you guys who have kind of passed a test here of not repeating a cycle. And if you got a good score here, this reading is for you. It feels like I mean, is it one of those magical nights where I just say shit and the card comes out? I love those. Thank you, Spirit. We all love you so very much. So, guys, send some energy this way, and I'm sending it your way because messages of the best and highest good, absolutely here, wanting to come through. Ask yourself, say, show me this kind of symbol, this number, or this kind of depiction, whether it's an animal, a location, a word, okay, a number. And we'll see if it comes up here because we are co-creating this reading together. All right. And the Nine of Cups being the heart of the reading is wish fulfillment. Now, what's interesting, if you can, or if you're on a phone, you want to take a screenshot of that, I'll let you enlarge it on your own there. Because what's really interesting in this deck is that this Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment coming by way that was extremely unexpected. Okay. And if it's this lover's choice here, these are two lovers. However, the woman that is in the arms of this woman here is actually a man who deceived her because he knew she was only into women. I mean, she's going to find out there at some point, right? But this could denote maybe falling for someone completely different than you have before. It could be falling in love with someone's voice, communicating without ever seeing that person, maybe even assuming a gender. If it's online and it's only typing, right? We fall in love with soul energy. We fall in love with oh, I like what you like what I like. And we probably also have similar patterns that we're working on healing. You just never know. But you making a judgment call that where you said, nope, even if it means I put myself out in the cold and that I'm left with nothing but my bags, this is a good thing. Okay, this is a good thing. There's nothing lonelier than being in a partnership and feeling more alone than you've ever felt in your entire life. And if that is you, or there's been dissatisfaction here in the past, and this is a lesson of judgment that's recycled for you lifetime after lifetime, or and also many times this lifetime in one-to-one commitments of all kinds. This is like letting go of the judgment energy. Free from judgment means free to love. The green heart chakra energy is open here, and we've got the judgment in the recent past. Okay. And driving that recent past, yeah, you definitely left. You left or booked it there. You made a decision. You made the call for forward movement, whatever that meant for you. Now, driving this Nine of Cups by way of something unexpected, what'd I say? This, maybe you've never had a same-sex relationship. Obviously, this is not going to be for everyone, but it's a lot of our population, guys. And love is love is love is love. And if that offends you whatsoever, I know that's none of my people because you wouldn't be here. But if you're new, just know, if that is of your opinion, then that is not, we are not the energy for you. Okay. Love is love is love is love. And what's driving that Nine of Cups is equality. Two of Cups. I want what you want. We're simpatico here. I've never, in this deck, I've never had a same-sex energy fueling a what looks like a same-sex energy. Okay. We are a month away from Pride. It's the most fun here in Columbus time of year. There's all kinds of fun shenanigans to get into. Now, in the near future, Eight of Cups. If you haven't already physically walked away, this is the decision and the planning to do that. I am moving towards my head and heart being in alignment. If you're reading this as you, yin, and another person, yang, then this could be their energy on this side. What is being walked away from, what I say here with the World card energy, is ending a Nine of Wands pattern. This is ending a Pete and repeat, went to the store. Pete went in. Who came out? Say it with me. You know, it's fun. So this is walking away from a cycle of repeat. You're doing it. This is the best news I've seen in tarot here in quite a while. So I'm happy to see it. I don't want to speak too soon, but I mean, I don't care what else happens after this. I'm super, super proud of whoever has done this work. Now, what's in the blocked position? On the inside of the energy is the High Priestess. This is today's energy. So if it's blocked today, it can certainly open up tomorrow. It's on the board and it's a major arcana to boot. So whenever a card is in the blocked position, the energy is here, but it's our own job to upright that energy. Now this is showing here the balsamic moon, and in your view you may see it with that crescent on the right hand side, but just in case, the balsamic moon is where we are here. If you look up in the sky, it looks like that. And that is a moon that is a healing moon. And that's where we end bad habits. Even if we don't want to let things go, we let things go that we know aren't good for us. It's also a moon of like the final crescendo energy. Okay. The final crescendo of this judgment call. So being in the blocked position, what is it about? Is this judgment call still a secret? Maybe friends, family, neighbors don't know of this decision yet. Yeah, Knight of Swords in reverse is no talkie. No talkie and no talkie. So this is about not having delivered the news of a judgment call or of a departure of some sort. Okay. And because judgment and the Lover's energy is here with the flipping sun, it does feel like love. It doesn't feel like a job situation, but it could be for you. Just keep that in mind. What Spirit wants you to know? Another 14, well, it's a 14 of Temperance at the top left-hand side of my notes. The puzzle piece there for today's 14 day converts into a 5 of Change. With lots of twos, I made a note that yesterday, or today's a May 5. Sorry, I'm blah, blah, blah. Today's a 5, 14 is a 5. The year adds up to 10, another 2 5s. So 4 5s is a 20 of Judgment, and it's right here. It's in the notes. We are tempering this pain into wisdom of the past, whatever this judgment call is. And this could even be like, I've changed my whole mindset on what it means to be single, for example. So I know some of y'all travel alone. I have friends who do that as well. And I did that a lot in my ute, in my former life, and I'm planning on doing more of that soon. I don't mind going somewhere alone. I'll just take off and go. Like, adventure is the name of the game here. So if this is something where you are now changing your mindset about traveling by yourself here, like maybe you only thought, oh, it'd be perfect only if I had blah, 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 someone to share it with, or like you, babe. Like there's a big kind of fun. You don't have to listen to anybody else's griping about late planes or traffic or whatever. You can just go and be. Once Kaylee gets here, ask Kaylee. She's always taken off somewhere by herself. Hey, Miss Peg. Oh, Mr. Ed. I'm so excited. I meant to text you today. And of course, I'm me. So I had a million other things and it left my brain about 5 minutes after I told myself to do it. So, yeah, we are ending some kind of like, woe is me here, some kind of a lack. We are healing that and alchemizing now that pain. We are learning a different way of life here. It came by us unexpectedly. We like, maybe I had to be kind of tricked into it. Like maybe a friend is like, hey, let's go travel here, but then everything's booked and then they have a baby being born or some kind of emergency. And you're like, well, I don't want to waste the trip. That would be this particular Nine of Cups in this deck. Driving the temperance of what Spirit wants you to know from the pain of this, here's your transformation. You dared to peek behind the curtain of what your desires were there with that Lover's energy. You dared to peek behind the curtain of what it is that would alchemize your energy, because Two of Cups is included in that temperance. You dared to take a peek at what else can make me happy that I never thought that could. Okay. And you are now, major arcana booking. Come on. Temperance energy is also Archangel Michael energy. And the Dream Keepers tarot deck, the Liz Houston deck, that's with all the puzzle pieces for temperance energy. And we see the heart and the skull of a crane in the background trying to bring these two souls together. So if I wasn't convinced before with two of my three major arcana that I need to say this is a past life soul tie, there's the third. Trifecta, and it's trining at this wish fulfillment. It's trining at the base of your own wish fulfillment so that the overflow can bring in a 10 of Cups or a Knight of Cups from a higher perspective. So, post office. Why am I getting post office? You've seen how many times I pulled this card. Have you been here a hot minute? Why am I getting post office? Post office. Pisces energy. Eagle, seeing something from a higher person. Oh, okay. I don't know who needs to hear post office, but it's like that old adage of, I don't even know if they still use it, by through sleet, snow, rain, or dead of night, the American Postal Service will get there. Will get your message there. However that goes. Yeah, it doesn't matter how it's getting there. Ooh, I just was thinking, get here if you can. Alita Adams, make a note of that, guys. Oleta Adams. I would love if in the comments later, if you have a pen to jot, if you're not in a car or cleaning or doing something while you're listening, making dinner, if you can jot and put the songs that come up in the comments later, I'll love you forever. I mean, I already love you forever, but you know what I mean. I'd really appreciate it. Outcome energy magician. It doesn't matter how it's going to happen. It might be as if by magic, because there's no way that this message or no way that this person could have gotten here. This is energy lining up, guys. this is for who has been putting in the work of self, who has been making your own self happy, finding joy, not outsourcing pain, not waiting in confusion, not waiting for someone to be the right person. It's fine to wait on the right person that's right for you. But waiting on someone, I talked about that in my notes in the last reading, waiting on someone to finally be the right person for us, right? It's never going to happen that way. And then we are also in judgment energy because we're like, in order for me to still be here, I need you to do this, right? That's judgment. And that can get us in trouble. We have that eighth house Scorpio energy there. So double water here in the past. It does feel like you're going with the flow now, and there's some forgiveness energy in here too with this temperance. But whatever this change is for right now, it's under wraps. But we got a new beginning because you said, I'm going to look behind that curtain. I'm going to look. We looked at something that prior, it was something that we didn't want to see, and now you're choosing to see it. That is huge damn growth. I'm telling you. Yep. And what's bookending that Knight of Cups is cutting and severing. You looked at that death. You looked at the one-to-one connections of your past. You found your common denominator. You are healing this pattern here because now when those red flags show up, you're not second guessing yourself and going, well, maybe they was a little pink. No, you're just like, boop. Okay, thanks for showing me who you are, but without judgment. Like we don't have to think they're a terrible person. We just need to know that they're just not for us because of whatever choice they made to display themselves to you. You're like, nah, I'm fine on my own. I got my own magic wand. See, it always circles back somehow. And the heart of this potential outcome energy has been the stinking thinking, the 9 of swords. It feels that's Gemini energy, 8, 9, 10, and swords. And then we also had the Knight in reverse, the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy as well. So it feels like by cutting off, maybe you thought this was something you never could do. Maybe it was a long damn cycle. I was seeing 10 years in the energy in the last reading with the red thumbnail. And it was just something that we hadn't been able to beat before. It was a devil we've been unable to beat, a pattern, a habit, stopping ourselves before we even get out the door kind of energy. All right, let's see what's driving that ending here. 8 of Pentacles, a lot of work. What I say, whole reading is about someone, you've done the work here. It weren't any fun. Her feet are pretty toe up there. It was not fun to do the work of cutting and severing this, but with Daddy Saddy in Aries, that's the combination here. That's the wisdom of the lesson that Daddy wants to impart. The owl, seeing something from a higher perspective, the eagle. That's somebody wicked smart. Okay. You did it. You did it. All right. You did it. 3 of Pentacles. There's your springboard. When the student is ready, the teachers will appear. There's the teachers there behind him, and there he is. He's like, oh, that's how you collect pentacles. You be in an energy of self-love, and then the pentacles fall from the sky. You don't have to put so much effort into it. So now we're ready for this new journey, guys. We are just bringing it into form. I don't know how long you were denying the feelings that you felt, that free from judgment. That's like very heavy judgment, either of another person and waiting on them to change so that we can be okay. codependency. Or not or, it can also be an and. And now we understand that that has not worked for 10 years, then it's not going to work in the next 10 months or a year or the next 10 years. It'll same plus same would equal same. Now you can end this 19 cycle of the sun with our opportunity here, because you've already learned about what you will and will not stand up for. And look at that blazing sun right behind him. Both of those are Leo energies. 7 of Wands, I keep talking about July 27th or 727, which is a 16 of the Tower. And this cutting and severing, maybe the ink is dry at that point, or maybe that's when we are telling other people what our decision is, whether that's friends, family, and neighbors, or the person that you're cutting and severing. Okay, could be. But you're learning how to cut away this attachment. I like the energy that's coming in. They took a lot of effort to get here, guys. Even if it was somebody that you never thought you would see yourself having a good time with. It's sincere, and they've also been through something here. So if it is a lover's connection connected to judgment of the recycle and the temperance energy of Archangel Michael, they've also learned what you've learned, but from a different human. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions about this read, I mean, this is wonderful. I think I'm going to ask what this journey starts with a single step and then bring it into form. I want to know here advice for all signs about how we bring this into form. Okay, so if this reading is for you today, first of all, you can always say I claim that reading, because then that gives it an energetic boost, and also for you to stay steadfast in what you've learned about your own happiness. Happiness is a choice every single day. All right, if this is our reading, the Taurus sun is affecting everyone. This may have to do with the new moon, new start. It's definitely VA-VA-VOOM Venus, and 727 is your grandpa's birthday. Aw, that's so cute. Well, a card wanted to stop right there, right when I was reading that. Very sweet. Nurture. If you nurture others, okay, that's also nurturing yourself. Okay. Beautiful. We do have some queen energy there. And she is holding a cat. That's usually tied to Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, independence. Okay, and that is crossed by collaboration. There's a new Two of Cups in town. All right. What about for Gemini? Okay, that was fast. We've been seeing the dove come up quite a bit here lately. Peace, Gemini. Find inner peace in moments of stillness. We talked about actually, instead of going, I don't like being alone, I'm just going to always be alone, to I like this. That's awesome. Finding peace with it. You don't have to clean up after anybody. Right? And then we have safety there and the environmental energy. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moments. Bookending this piece here. Little VA-VA-VOOM penis for you. VA-VA-VOOM penis? Well, that was a fun Freudian slip. There's Miss Kaylee. How are ya? That timing was also hilarious. Pegasus, we had Pegasus came up with the number 22 as well, if that is a symbol for anyone. All right. Oh, those Freudian slips. I was gonna talk about the peaks in the background there, and it came out very Well, you heard it. All right, Cancerian energy here. Cancer. Self-love. There's that momming ourselves energy. Okay. Self-love is the foundation of all love. Do you see how there's a little nucleus there inside of that fire? That is because we attract what we are. And when we have put these life lessons into action, then it's a let me upgrade you, the universe says. Even Daddy Sadie wants to reward that because it helps the universe balance energy. All right, surrounding you, Cancer. Again, collaboration. We got that for the Taurus portion. And if this reading was for you, but about for Leo energies here. Now, Leo, I did guys on that link in the chat box and in the description box if you're watching after the live. I included today aspects to Taurus energy. You might want to take a screenshot of that, and anytime I post those for all 12 signs, because that's how that energy will be affecting you. That's how the new moon this weekend is going to be affecting your energy. And that is how this Venus VA-VA-VOOM Venus tonight with the moon being in Taurus is going to be affecting us. And also, of course, with today's Mercury CAZIMI. All right. Leo showing up here in the opportunity section. Leo energy. Seven of Wands driven by the sun. I think that it's not, is it Paul Bunyan? Is he the one that had the ox babe? This is like a Paul Bunyan coming at you. I ain't mad at that. Leo, courage. So I'm talking about Leo energy here. Could be a Paul Bunyan coming at you. And I said, this energy that's coming at you, it's like the Postal Service by sleet or rain. Like you don't know how they did it, but they're doing it. It felt impossible. And then look there to back it up with that eagle of courage here. Doesn't have to be a Leo. I feel like, again, it's that Leo time of the changeover, the North Nodes, 727. If you've done the work, here comes your gifty. It's one of those magic nights. Blessing coming at you. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. How you like them apples? How about for Virgo? Advice for Virgo here. Virgo energies. We have the Eight of Pentacles here for you, putting in the work of that South Node in Virgo, which remember is at the symbol of a merry-go-round. And that is about finding poise amongst emotional turbulence. That would be the first decan of Virgo because the nodes move backwards. We have both of them representing here. So South Node on the Yang side of the deck, and near future energy of the yin. That's where the North Node in Pisces is sitting right this second. The 8-8 energy, also adding to a 16 of the tower, as 727 does when those nodes shift. Wow. Okay, Virgo. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort. But I'm getting something about an orange slice. Don't know why. Something of, I mean, I know today's an orange sacral chakra day. An orange. Let me look at my orange writing. So when you look at my notes, guys, they are color coded. So even if you don't understand a word I write, look at the colors because earth is going to be green. I write in green ink. Purple is for air. Red and orange are for fire. And blue is for water. What did I write in orange? Sacral chakra, the puzzle piece, vulnerability, and taming our inner beast. the yin and yang symbol. So yeah, Virgo, that is been hard on you. I know it's been hard on all of us wherever Virgo sits in our chart, because that's where the bottom wants to be pulled out from under us and yank us toward that 8 cups energy where these feet are moving forward. Surrounding you, Virgo, is, there you go, doing the work. You said, I'm ready. And the teachers appear, right? On the bottom of your oracle here. Don't know if we've seen this. So we have the intuition, the high priestess energy currently in the block, but Virgo, once you start putting the actual feet to the ground of whatever change you are making, whatever karmic paths you've recycled. This is for all of us. We've all got South Node and Virgo in our chart from the sky. There's your gifty here. Listen to your intuition. It never lies. There's the transformation there for you. We saw that in the environmental energy of what spirit wanted us to know. You're putting in the work, and you're putting feet on the ground here. All right. Virgo, and then we have Libra coming down this air sign line. Libra, butterfly of transformation. Transformation is the soul's evolution, supporting temperance energy, which brings in the heart of the reading 2 of Cups. This, I can't remember a more gorgeous reading like this in a long time. Determination here. They're supporting you, Libra. You are determined to make this transformation. Face challenges with that determination, and you can achieve anything. And look at the path that they are going down towards that orange light, towards creativity, towards passion, towards what you love. All right. Okay. While we get sloppy, Scorpio. Okay, we've got a flipper, so we're going with that. Scorpio. I've been talking about keys because we were seeing keys. I think that was a lot last week. Keys everywhere. What are we unlocking here, Scorpio? This says understanding is the key to deep connections. Okay, understanding is key to deep connections, and that's certainly the reward coming here. As an aside, we have hope and joy as well surrounding you, Scorpio. 2 of hearts, 2 hearts that beat as one. I don't know who sings that. I need you, I need you. Was that early 90s? Y'all have to let me know. But we got double heart. You got double heart-ons here, Scorpio. Do you have 2 people? There's 2 heart-ons here. One is where we are not unlocking, and we are putting a key in a different lock here. Okay, stay connected with others, nature, and the universe. That's pretty damn cool there for Scorpio energy, in case you want to screenshot that. All right, Sagittarius coming down the fire line here with Leo's courage. I'm going to take the top here. Awareness. So the eye of Chiron there is at a celestial choir singing. So Sagittarius, that doesn't surprise me, because the 9th house, your house, is all about, it can be about astrology. It's higher learning. It's about the esoteric knowledge. Okay. And you got the third eye working here, Saggy. Maintain awareness in the present. Be present in every moment. We talked about the shift from bitching about yesteryear and moving into that of today's a new day. That was then, and Nothing I can do to change the past. I'm moving forward. You finally started having compassion for yourself there. And we got the blue lovebirds. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck. Love is everywhere. Open your heart to feel it. Okay. Well, definitely getting the courage to let love in here overwhelmingly in this reading. How about for Capricorn? Capricorn energy. Okay, we had the flyer be intuition. I forget whose energy that was on the bottom of the deck for. Sorry. But what I'm first noticing, we talked about the nucleus with Cancerian energy. So, okay, so Capricorn is the end of the axis to Cancer energies. So that makes sense here. There's a connection between self-love and your intuition coming online at a higher vibration. And Capricorn, I don't know why I'm also drawn back to our oracle there. I mean, they don't look very similar. I just feel a connection here of increased intuition about a journey, or if you were questioning this journey, should I take those steps forward? That's a hell yes. Compassion there on the bottom of the deck. Compassion is the warmth of the soul. Give it to yourself and others. Okay, when we give that to ourselves, we give everybody else the gift of our own self-love, because our vibration changes and they are affected. All right. Aquarius. Aquarian energies. What does Aquarius need to know? Well, take a lesson there from Capricorns, because we have compassion here, Aquarius. Again, it's the warmth of the soul. Give it to yourself and others. And I do see some stars. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it. I'm seeing a pin. Put a pin in something. Put a pin in it. Okay, I didn't notice that. There's like a little tethered of those little balls connecting down to the bottom point of the heart. Okay, and see how the energy starts at the bottom where that fire is and moves up. Put a pin in it. Maybe, oh, okay, you're burning or severing a cord there. You're dropping that tie so your heart can float. Whatever that means. That was just an intuitive hit there. And then we've got light in your environmental energy. Light dispels the darkness, so keep your inner light shining. And look, tell me that doesn't look like a pin. A really big ass pin, but do you see it's connected all the way, kind of like a big light post, but it looks like one of those little. Yeah, bring something to light. I think you're putting a pin in something, and whether that makes the balloon fizz away, or you're pausing for some reason here. It's like there's this yellow setting sun, dawn sun, and then the sun at the bottom, or root chakra, moving up into the sacral chakra. Boy, was that energy flowing. Okay, let's look at what Pisces advice is here today. How are we bringing this into form, this new start? How can Pisces bring this into form? How, like you explain how that happens to me. We see it a lot here. The card that flies out was what the last sign just had. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining here, Pisces. Maybe your Venus is in Pisces if you're in Aquarius, but there's obviously a tie to those two cards. They would be semi-sextile each other in the signs. You learn and grow On the bottom of the deck, see, yeah, there's this connection down here, and there's wolves that are howling at an orange sky. Seek support. You don't have to bear everything alone, Pisces. Okay, there's people around that'll help you here. Also, Pisces, for the water line in general here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, see how this is starting really big and with the self. And then once you have that, no matter how dark it gets around us, we always will still have our inner light when we have self-love. Okay. And lastly, Aries. What does Aries need to know about bringing this new journey into form? I love that. Free from judgment. And the judgment card came out, a whole other deck in the recent past. Okay. Well, that was on an awful lot, Aries. Aries was like, hold my beer. Okay, Aries, prayer is a dialogue with the universe. So express your wishes. Okay, decide what it is that you want. And we do have the fire line going: courage, awareness, and then prayer. We've got to be aware of what it is that we do want. There's cleansing here, Aries. Just because we have so many, we still have a stellium in Aries. Happiness and also gratitude, holding that heart energy. Be grateful for every moment and always hold gratitude in your heart. So that feels like turning a frown upside down in some kind of way here, Aries. And maybe it has to do with this connection here on the bottom of the deck. And maybe, Aries, you've gone from two hearts in the environmental energy to focusing on just holding your heart. Okay. Happiness comes from a fulfilled heart and harmony in relationships. Okay. And harmony in relationships. All right, guys. I'm freaking excited about that reading. I hope you guys are. I hope you could feel the energy. If someone could be so kind, I've already got Diana and Brandy in the lineup for readings for tonight. If somebody's able to say that into their phone and put them all in one message for me, that would be fantastic. If not, I'll torture you by scrolling through all the names. Stacy Q, thank you. 2 of hearts. Where's AD? How are you, Missy May? Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Love having the gang all here. Cobweb. Miss Haversham came up and in the readings was on the bottom of the deck. It was Taurus. So unfortunately, that Ace of Wands with the lock on it would be for us all. Maybe this is where we're coming from here. Taurus is a fixed energy, and this is a 5 of change. So you might want to have a looky back, see at that reading. Okay, Miss Judy Jude, Philip de Brazier. I don't know who that is. Hey, Miss. I already said, hey, Miss Peg. Hey again. Tell you about post office. Okay, I'm writing it down, Ed, because you know damn well I'll forget. I'll put in parentheses, Ed, post office. Okay. Miss Kathy, on the road home. I don't know how long of a drive you have. Oh, Dawn's in UK again. Awesome. Speaking of a traveling Wilbury that goes by herself a lot, there, of course she's there. I love that. Fly in the ointment, won't be able to meet. Oh, shoot. Next time, I know, best laid plans and all. All right. I'm looking for hearts or yes, pleases in the description box. Kaylee slaved over sweet potato mash chicken and also Alfredo. Sweet potato mashed potatoes with Alfredo sauce. Huh. I hadn't thought of that combination. I bet you it looks better on the plate. Why don't why don't kids eat? Well, when you have Pop-Tarts, nothing else can beat that. Nothing else can beat that. All right. Two hearts that beat as one. I love it. Okay. Miss Peggy Peg, I see Kathy's hearts there. And Miss Peg right underneath that. All righty, righty. Thank you, Diana, Brandy, Peggy, Kathy. Thank you. Diana, Brandy, Peggy, Kathy. Got it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, Miss Peg. And we got Kaylee. Yeah, we got to be here for a while for reading, right? I haven't been to the UK. Oh my gosh, since I don't know, 1999 maybe is the last time I partied like it was 1999. I went to London to see my girlfriend. You don't eat the inside of Pop-Tarts. I only like the cinnamon Pop-Tarts with the icing. Fuck the cinnamon Pop-Tarts without the icing. That is, you need a big old cup of milk for that, for sure. All right, guys. Clearing the decks here. What an amazing reading. Just wow. Dream that beautiful dream, because for those of you who've been working on self, it's here just in time for US summertime. Obviously, summertime on the other side of the globe, other hemisphere, is going to be opposite. I hope you enjoyed that reading, guys. That was just awesome. Okay, let me grab, well, I already grabbed my other earth deck, so we are already shuffled and ready to go. So I want to get the general energy. There's our Taurus 5, the Hierophant. Ace of Pentacles. Here is the actual tangible 3D reality of this change coming because of walking away from whatever took us forever and ever and ever to kind of slice through the truth of that, left us kind of battered and a little worse for the wear. Yeah, because here's the 5 of Swords. Coming away from some you saw the truth of how you have been gaslighting yourself about why you can't have nice things. Or, yeah, this is like self-sabotage kind of thing. But again, doing the work here. King of Pentacles underneath that King of Swords. All righty there. Well, we are talking about the sun in Taurus and the CAZIMI, Mercury CAZIMI. And then we've got that other big time energy because Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius, which is, retrogrades are internal, right? We rewind kind of our sense of self. All right, what are we rewinding? What have you let go of here? Diana's at the top. Let go of 9 of Swords. Let go of whatever we were over analyzing. That was not a good fit for us. Leaving back that lack mindset like we saw in the reading and heading towards that Knight of Swords and in reverse. And y'all know I don't have my decks in reverse, but 4 of Cups, your Billie Eilish, I'm so bored. That's the regular way. And you said, F that. I'm staking my claim on me and my truth. Knight of Swords, self-love right there, Venus. Yep. Already having learned the lesson, the wisdom of the Hermit. She's got a crow there, spiritual connection. Yeah, again, already put in the toil and labor of the work there. All right, messages for the best and highest good of Diana, please, and thank you. Oh, I'm going to try a new thing. Let me try it. I'll see if it works so I don't go off on a tangent. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Uno momento di. I know it's in here. Timers. Okay. That way everybody can kind of gauge where they're at in line. All right. My goal is 5 minutes, but if it goes to 10, I'll do everybody a 10. Okay. Miss Diana, and you had that purple heart, the lavender. I talked about the lavender energy. Sorry, I can't remember what reading. All right, here's you're at a 2 of Wands decision point here, Miss D. The situation is the 9 of Wands, which will be the cycles that we were just talking about. And the opportunity, you got the special 22 card of the deck. So I was also talking about that 22 energy. Yesterday we had Uranus moving into lesson 2 at 2:22 Eastern time. The song of the day was I got the power. It was on Rolling Stone's Best of 200 dance songs, and that was listed in 2022. So the opportunity here is to rest assured that your angels are saying, you've done enough, dear. You're getting the old head pat here regarding this pattern, Diana. She's saying, by you choosing a different choice, I've got you back from here. I've got you from here. Okay. You can breathe now. You can rest now. And the recent past, justice energy, that was balancing some karmic energy. We have another 22 with that 11 and the 2. I'd be looking for the 22s there, D. All right, the Tower. And I don't know where that fell, but we've got the Fool here. Energy, if that was on the top or the bottom. Let's go ahead and put the bottoms out. Okay, ending. You already learned your lesson about going back to revisit the whatever was dead there, old Telly Scovalis. And that was a lot of learning, but never mind. The situation is what a pattern that you're ending with the fiery energy, King of Wands. And then the opportunity, again, you've already put the work in. This is opening night. That is what is driving the angel of the night, who says, you've done enough. You've done enough, honey. You're prepared. It's opening night. That's couldn't be more ready. Okay. You couldn't be more ready. Justice from the past gave you a new Page of Wands, gave you a new spark, a new start. Hanged Man energy, that would be the 12s we saw from the original reading of this Tower, gave you a whole new perspective. And I love how this card depicts portal energy. We talked about that 727 starting in the new cycle there. You're ahead of the curve here. That means that the Towers will not continue to get worse because you are making a different decision, driving the full intuition there of the High Priestess. Even if you feel like maybe you're in limbo, you're already at the new start position and it's protected. Okay, 2 of Pentacles as the block. 2, 2, 2. Wow. So 2 of Pentacles will be carrying too much. So you released, either it's just that telling me that you release that burden, or if you had 2 things to choose from, you already told me with your energy coming in, that you learn that lesson. You make a different choice this time. Yeah, you already learned the lesson. I love this. This is candy skulls with the makeup. And the full energy is surrounded by those pink roses. And then look at them all in her hair. This new start here, what Spirit wants you to know, the pink energy, that's the right way to go. Near future, the Fool, you're leaping. And in the potential outcome, that's why the angel of the night is here as the opportunity, because you've done the work. And guys, when we've done the work, this always comes back around just like it always did. The difference is we make a different decision. Okay. And the angel of the night is like, even if it does, I got you, because you're already taking a new leap of faith and you already know how to beat the devil here. So that old you, not even a thing anymore. All right. Guiding that Two of Pentacles, you're making a different decision than someone who was holding all the energy on their side at the Yang energy. And what Spirit wants you to know, Four of Pentacles, you stopped hanging on to the pain of the ending. Maybe you were crying on the inside about that ending, but it meant your transformation. And it also meant the death of the devil so that we could have a new start here. But I would not be surprised if that temptation comes back around, because it always is going to make sure. Are you sure you were my wish fulfillment, or you're my wish fulfillment? It's a singular energy. So this devil here, again, book ending where the energy was all on one side on the block. It was all about them. Okay. Nine of Cups paired with the devil is going to kind of sully the energy, right? I hope that's helpful for you. Let me get a quick word of advice for you, Miss Diana, because these you guys can look up online. Most of them are on AI nowadays. The wisdom of the Oracle. Advice for Diana. I don't feel like you need any. You're like already checked the box. Mending. There you go. 52 energy, which is a 7. There's your soulmates energy, 41. 5 of change. Higher power, baby. That devil will appear again. Fork in the road. This time you're going the distance. We got thinker and a change in the wind. When I say that zebra has changed her stripes, babe. And here and now, again, it might feel like you're at the pause, like I said, here in the near future. Enjoy the pause. And I love that bottom of the deck is featured this ballet energy. It's like mothering the mother ballerina is nurturing the inner baby ballerina inside her. Okay. Not in a pregnancy way, in a reparenting ourselves kind of way. Doing the work much? What to say, guys? This is amazing. Okay. Wow. Wow. And if you didn't believe me on that, like, how can a 9 of Cups be bad? Well, here's another singular energy in the environment. 9 of Pentacles. Just about the money, just about their happiness. 99 problems, but what ain't one? You ain't growing that seed anymore. You've got help. Yeah, there. Okay. I hope that helps you, Miss Di. Up next, we got Miranda's energy. Alrighty, dighty. Get these here and grab me a real quick sippy sue. I thank you for asking. Looking for those 22s, absolutely, and 222. I know I've put up a graphic of angel number 222 before from the angel numbers deck. All right. Well, we got that angel of the night flipping over there for you, Brandy. Take a nice big old breath and just a quick messages for the best and highest good of all energies involved. And I did also, speaking of graphics, we had Jupiter move into 22 Cancer. That may have to do with that dolphin energy because that dolphin message was for message 22. And that I made a graphic for us today. You know, I'm a teacher, so I can take myself out of the dang classroom, but not the teach doing the teaching. So that lesson will be there for a hot minute. 22 Cancer in Jupiter, a woman awaiting a sailboat. And I also did a pretty lengthy write-up today on the energy. I was just waxing philosophical a little bit, flowing with the energy. So if you care to read my nerd alert. Why am I heating up, Brandy? All right. Okay, we're becoming unstuck. The Seven of Cups just came out in reverse. This could be the blue moon, the full blue moon in reverse. It could possibly even be, especially with that earth energy, Sunday's new moon. Now, even though she's stuck in the earth and not able to move, okay, Seven of Cups, the shadow element can be emotional fragmentation of I can't decide which thing to choose. Okay, but I feel like the answer here is we're getting unstuck, becoming unstuck. Let's see where we go for. Oh, let me start my thing. Oh, 717 on the clock. I think I might have done a graphic for that. I've definitely looked up the angel number. All right. The situation, Six of Pentacles. I'm seeing a swinging motion. So something swinging in your favor here. Nine of Cups is the opportunity. I'm first drawn to the frog of the new hop, but the light over there in the background, there's paintings there. If you Google Nine of Cups by Tarot de la Nuit, you'll be able to see that image. There's fleur-de-lis, so that makes me think of New Orleans. And she's got 4-leaf clovers. So there's a reason I was telling you about 22 Jupiter. My little emoji for Jupiter when I do my write-ups is a 4-leaf clover. And that's about becoming able to withstand the poignancy of dreaming's uncertainty. We can never be sure. That's what my write-up was about. And poignancy is like, it affects our power because it brings super at the moment is poignant because it brings up a big emotion. Even though my memory is a sieve, what even happened yesterday or last week, I still remember all the important milestones. It's the last deacon. It has to do with a Four of Cups, a cup you don't see coming here. Might be this wish fulfillment cup. Okay. In the recent past, Hangman energy was stagnant, and that's why I was seeing this swinging motion there with that Six of Pentacles. The heart of the reading, why it's swinging your direction, is because we're cutting out some kind of Five of Swords. That's where Pluto is sitting right now at Five of Swords, but it's internal, right? So we are cutting any kind of stuckness, because that was in reverse, right? Or stagnancy. We are stopping a pattern perhaps of gaslighting and telling ourselves that, you know, fill in the, I can't do blank yet, or put a yet on the end. That's what I started doing. It took almost a whole year to like break a negative Nelly mindset. And if I slipped and did say the C word, the 4-letter C word of CANT, then I would quickly follow it up with yet. And then that helped me break that habit. Near future, High Priestess, again, still kind of pausing between worlds here. The block is, you're like, when is it going to be opening night? I planted the seeds. This is like a watched pot never boils when that's in reverse, right? And then we have that 77 energy. the Hanged Man in the middle, which would be a 737. So moving from a 717 to a 737. That's kind of random, but that's what I got. What Spirit wants you to know, follow your solar plexus. Tomorrow is a 3-day. It's where your joy is pulling you. That's what swings. Focus on joy, focus on what you do have, because you are very blessed, especially anytime we get in that stinking thinking of self-defeat of that 5 of Swords. And where are you going here with this sun energy outcome? Ooh, look at that. You're getting back to you. There's our Knight of Wands, passion returning. You're following your fire. Well, that's what Saggy does. Very buoyant and positive. They are certainly not 5 of Swords energy. You've never been 5 of Swords around me, but that could be something that you're just working on slicing out. I keep seeing that pendulum kind of swinging, cutting away like it's a blade. Okay, cutting away negative thoughts swings the energy in your direction, gets you unstuck. It's like, okay, stop waiting, because 7 of Pentacles in reverse, I wrote about it today. 3 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles when we're taking a smoke break, because you see the figure normally leaning on his shovel. That would be waiting just for the sake of waiting, right? The stagnancy of that Hanged Man energy. And Spirit wants you to know, all you got to do is follow your solar plexus. You have the goods. You have the cojones. All right. Anywhere to Chariot, another 7, and this is even yin and yang energy in both of her palms. This is the full moon, because since it was in reverse, I'm like, new moon energy Sunday by the full moon in Sag on the 31st. It's a blue moon. The Hierophant, 5 of change, lesson learned. Like, you're like, oh, on my own magic carpet ride. It's just like getting back to manifesting from a happy place. Okay. Being very, very extremely thankful instead of focusing on feeling stuck, focusing on the joys, and that kind of flushes out the static, like I talked about in my read today, because that worry is, it's like a lower vibrational devil frequency. It's the on the radio dial. You can't quite tap in and tune in, right? Because that feeling of stuckness or overwhelm, or telling yourself you can't do something. Spirit saying bullshit, Brandy. Oh, now see, I already failed at the test. Okay. What are we no longer confused about? It's still conflict here. 5 of Wands, Leo energy. Just like whatever's not aligning, whatever's trying to go, whatever's just not flowing. Got all 4 aces of potential here in this situation that's swinging to your favor, but it is requiring you to cut something, because in order to get to the 9 of Cups for the opportunity, again, the full moon of the 9 of Cups, there's a requirement here. Let's see if we can see leaving what. Stay, like putting your sword in the sand or sword in the ground and being like, this is the thing. Opening our mindset to options. Heart of the environment, King of Swords. There's that Pluto transformation and near future. Look at that flow. Walking away from what doesn't work so that our opportunity for self-fulfillment can come in. The cup overflows and the pentacles fall from the sky. It starts with gratitude and happiness here. That's the good news. You're in control of that. Yeah, you've tried. Spirit wants you to know all your walk, you've like willfully have walked away from your own happiness here in the past because the block is the vibration. It's the vibration of waiting. Okay. And end of what? Knight of Wands knocks out that Nine of Swords. I'm stuck. That's the key to the Fabergé egg. They each have a key unique to that egg. There's your healing with that Chariot by moving forward, making a decision of movement. The Hierophant, the tangible 3D comes at you. Then the pentacles fall from the sky. This is a big shift, girlfriend. Like I put, am I right up? It's an easy formula. Input equals output, but to play that out, not so much. Something to that effect. I was writing pretty fast today, like just it was one of those flowy days. I hope that helped you. Let me get you a card of advice here. Card for Brandy. Yep. Hard days are coming to an end there. That's a 9. And I've got the turtle carrying a beautiful treasure chest and a star of healing on his back. Turtles for me are soulmate energy. And when you are in your water, because that's opposite from the masculine energy of yang, when you're in the surrender energy of trusting, right? When we're neutral, we're just kind of like floating around. And like a pig in shit being happy, like with what we've got, then more comes at you. Google that. There's going to be something there for you. Observer. And there's the fox, which for me is Empress energy, the number 49 card. And this is the healing there with the balsamic moon in the sky. Then we've got the glitters. All right, there's a treasure. You have to travel to see it. You have to move to see it. We can't wait. Okay. Whatever that's supposed to mean for you. Yeah, travel. Forward movement. I hope that helped there, Miss Brandy. All right, Miss Peg, then Kathy, then Kaylee. Crystal, much love back to you, girl. We're at work as usual. That's okay. We just appreciate you saying hello and being here. AD's even here this time. We miss her. All right. And I just answered someone back in one of the comments too. Like, where you been? It was on one, I think it was on, no, it was on one of the, I think it was the last reading I did. The one with the red thumbnail. So, Crystal, I don't know if there was a message for you in the red thumbnail reading from yesterday, but there's a connection there for some reason. Okay, Miss Peg here. Opening up Pandora's box. Maybe you're opening up the post office box. No, that was Ed. What are you opening here? Page of Pentacles. That's my favorite page. Yes, I know the fuck it sick one is fun, but this is something in the hand. So something receiving. You already know the story of Pandora's box. We have to go through the pestilence to get to the hope at the bottom. Okay, and I was first looking at the lace. I don't know why lace is important. The situation, Page of Swords, Mercury, CAZIMI much, blowing some shit up here. The aha moment has arrived. Opportunity to step inside your Cancer rising there. Guys, our rising signs are the avatar that our sun sign gets plopped into. So I'm a sun in Cancer with a Leo rising, meaning that I'm still me. I'm still the soldier like the movie but in a Leo avatar. I'm a Cancer in a Leo avatar. So this is about, and our avatars, our rising sign is our stake in the sand. That's what our soul's journey is planned out. And that's how it puts the planets in all the houses. Okay. Recent past, lesson learned here, and again connected to hope and peace, because that's part of Pandora's box. But she had to go through some things first. At the heart of the reading, 1111 energy. Okay. Near future here, healing of a Hierophant energy, healing an old traditional value. I'm not usually drawn to his red robe, so the roots going back. We are healing. I mean, again, it's tying to that beautiful, beautiful reading that we got as a collective here tonight of putting in the work. Okay, and the blocked position, 7 of Cups. So again, that'd be, I'm stuck in non-movement here, because 7 of Cups not blocked or in the upright is spoiled for choice, as you know. And in the shadow element, it's which way do I go, George? What cup do I choose? And let's like her, I mean, she's buried in that earth right there. So that's a current block. That shit's about to, what I say, blowing some shit up here, dropping some knowledge bombs. And we've got the world energy, successful completion of a cycle. Could the heart of the reading being the 4 of Wands, again, where Chiron is right now and where Mars is cutting and severing at the 4 of Wands. This is about success being about process, not outcome. Okay, and the potential outcome here, 7's book ending, 7 of Pentacles, opening night. What you opening? Opening night. You've prepared a long while for this here. Does this end the confusion? Yeah, there's movement there. The heart of the potential outcome. Look at 1, 2, 3 full moons here. Full moons are about culmination. They're a revelation. They're seeing the whole entire amusement park at the top of the ride. And what's been so hard with this 7 of Pentacles, because it is not easy being a prima ballerina. That's a lot of time, energy, and effort. What you're healing here is this 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, bookending each other here. He put up here with a lot of jealousy, strife, and competition. Sorry, my throat is getting like choked up for some reason. Situation being Page of the Swords. Again, going back to that reading, I feel like decision made. It just hasn't been communicated yet. 7 of Pentacles, you didn't work hard for nothing. Yeah, I felt that. Tower with the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords in the Chariot, 77 again. You got 2 77s. Again, that temperance energy at the heart, or at the what spirit wanted us to know. And there's your all 4 aces of potential, whatever is severing, coming down. Okay, 2 tower energies at the beginning of the story and at the end of the story. But here, this is a the plot, or the juice of the story is about aligning your yin and yang for your chariot and stopping yourself from running away from movement or from travel. Because 7 of Swords can be like, I don't want someone to see my movement, or like a fear that someone's going to see my movement. That's why she's going at night. And another full moon. 1, 2, 3, 4 full moons here. Not in any other placements. This is in placement 7, 8, and extended 9 outcome. Wow. Out of 8 cards, you've got 50% of them full moons. So, and with her holding a yin and a yang, I feel like it depends here on this successful, like closing out the cycle. It's going to be about delivering news here to close out a cycle. Okay, but the opportunity is for the most love in the entire freaking deck. I like this. Feels nice. 4 words connect, 4 of Wands connected to the Hierophant in the past. I would tend to say that's marriage connected. Okay, and yeah, right here, that makes sense. So between worlds, the 3 energy. What Spirit wants you to know is a cycle needs completed here in order to step. See, look at this. You're already telling me that's already the plan here with the Magician being with this 5 of Wands. And look at that. See how there's like this division line, dividing, divvying. Okay, hold on. What's the song? Phil Collins. I can hear the woman's voice a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you anyway. It's Separate Lives by Phil Collins. That's what this is giving me here. Okay, whatever that means for you, a change in the wind. And that's card number 12. I can't remember if you have this deck or not, but it's the 12 of the 180. That's on the bottom. Yeah, and we've got this checker or chessboard here, and it says not for you. And this card's energy is all about just pieces on the board, not moving. Nobody's playing the game here. Okay. Looks like you're picking up a chess piece here. You making a move, Miss Peg. Hold on. I was getting ready to sweep up, and they said, "Oh wait, hold up, boom, 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 boom." Okay, I mean, wish for freaking fulfillment. Knight of Cups energy, higher vibrational frequency with this Queen of Cups. I mean, feels great. What are we missing here? Something about the moon. I'm telling you. You're gonna have to ask your own guys on that one, because that one, moon for me in a reading, when I'm clarifying or asking a specific question, it's my Nunya. It's my Nunya card. And what I said something about lace. Ooh, squeezy. This can of whoop ass that you're opening, worth it. Worth it. It ends a pattern of being dressed up for the ball, but never getting to go into the party. And there's your karmic justice and forward movement with this change. Okay. Also in my write-up, might want to have a look at that today, guys. Especially with those cards that came in. That's fantastic. I still kind of am in disbelief about that. All right, I got none yet, Peg, but I hope I tried to dig a little bit more there, but something like, I don't get into people's moons. If the energy's not forthcoming, then okay. But where I just picked up randomly the fates. Tethering back to your actual dream there, girlfriend, leaving, healing some kind of traditional pattern Oh, antiquated. Leaving an antiquated tradition? Well, I mean, there are cobwebs on that Four of Swords. It's overdue. All right. I hope that helps, Miss Peg. It felt good. Yeah. Feels good. What is that song? If it really feels good to you, baby, let me hear you say. Oh, okay. Well, I don't hate that. If it really feels good. Like maybe some other kind of feel good. I don't know. If so, I'm jelly. Send some my way. All right. Flying high with the vibes. Or maybe we took us up on the advice the last little discussion on the self pleasure. Our bodies we're in a human body. We got to suffer a lot along the way. We should also be ensuring that we take the time for pleasure as well, of all kinds. All right. Hope that helped you, Miss Peg. But you're getting back on your Cancer road and your Cancer avatar where your soul was meant to go the whole time. Miss Kathy's up. Oh, baby. Is that Tony, Tony, Tony? Yeah, Tony, Tony, Tony. Peg, Ten of Pentacles. Or sorry, I was looking right at Kathy's name and said Peg. All right, well, that is a South Node. If it's for both of you, definitely coming out, releasing some past life karma there. There's a new start of the Fool again on the top, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. All right, let's get back to Kath's energy. So both you guys here finding emotional poise amongst turbulence with that merry-go-round energy. Well, Peg's getting off, and maybe Kath is too in a different way. If it really feels good to you, baby, let me hear you say. I mean, you hear me say it, even the shit I joke about. There it is right there, King of Cups. Okay, you in a diplomatic mood here and a diplomatic energy. That's a leadership. And then we've got, putting the work in. It's opening night here in this situation. A lot of this new moon energy, new moons or new start. You saw how many times I shuffled and 9 of Cups is in the opportunity position again. Recent past. Yep, no wonder you're in a diplomatic energy here. Higher vibe of love. And we've got the Hermit there with that Raven, having learned the lessons, whatever was there in that tunnel that was on that first card. My mind's eye is it's coming back into my head here. Every journey starts with a single step, where she had the suitcase packed with the magic inside of it. Okay. Part of the reading, 4 of Pentacles. It feels like a feeling of if I'm not working hard at it, maybe we just haven't experienced that before. Like I'm just used to having to work and toil and put so much labor into things. I feel like that's what you're reviewing here. And now as a King of Cups energy, King of Cups knows how to meditate. They know how to connect to source. And that's bookending the 9 of Cups here. Now, near future 2 of Cups, even though there's dresses there, my eye went first to that seashell at the back, the clam. That's not even funny, but you've met me. Yeah, like this coming from some kind of a void, coming from a hollowed out place or a void, a vacuum, the shell opening up, and it still has the ridges, like ruffles have ridges. There's ridges on the shell and on this card here. Okay, I don't know why that matters. Maybe we'll see it here in a second. Near future King of Wands. So king for king. When you vibrate at a king level, you magnetize energy of the same frequency. You get king for king. When you take the opportunity for wish fulfillment for self, you get a frog to kiss here of some sort. What's driving your situation? 3 of Cups. Having a little tea, meeting someone for lunch, just meeting for coffee to save yourself some time. So it's kind of like, ugh, like dating such hard work kind of energy. And she's like, but it's opening night here, but it's more sufficient, it's more efficient. Okay, it's more efficient to just grab a coffee. That's friendship energy too. 3 of Cups getting together. That's definitely going to raise our vibration. Maybe you're going out with your friends here. And that's where you may meet a King of Pentacles in the environmental energy. Yes, that's Taurus. And we're talking about the Taurus CAZIMI and the Taurus new moon on Sunday. Driving your Hermit energy was your glow up from the flow up, Queen of Wands. Whatever you cut and severed here out of a lesson learned kind of energy. This is like, this ain't my first rodeo. Yeah, it's something that you've seen before on the 9 steps, right? If you're standing on the 9th step, you can look down. And I was thinking, asked to come back to this card here for a reason. Every journey starts with a single step. You're on your way here. Energy's rolling again. A lover's energy here at the heart of the environmental energy could just be the VA-VA-VOOM Venus there. Could be as soon as tonight. I don't know what you're doing, but because the moon is going to be exalted at 2 degrees Taurus after 10:30 tonight. But the lovers is driving the yin side 4 of Pentacles. So we've got a lot of feminine energy here, and then King of Wands, masculine energy coming in. I like that. But with the lover's choice in the environment, I feel like it got you it's what got you stuck inside in the first place, because it's right next to the Hermit. And see that light of the moon shining light on this lovers. So that could be the 31st full moon at the end of the month. And it's like crying by myself, like she's doesn't want anybody to see her. 4 of Pentacles, holding on to a past choice, maybe, or a past person of that only amounted to a 3 of Cups. Maybe you're just friends now, even though their work, you're like, okay, I don't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but we can be friends. Okay, and you're holding back on letting it go into a lover situation again. Maybe that's why this new King of Wands is here. Yeah. So the King of Wands puts the kibosh. I don't know about on the friendship, but I mean, because you should be able to be friends with whoever you damn want. I'm not feeling an interest here on your side on this lovers. King of Wands brings transformation. So I feel like the environmental energy, what was there, this new journey is not with this kind of situationship. Okay. Guys, how much do I shuffle here? In the block position, 7 of Cups, which would be the shadow element of emotional fragmentation, but that's what you're examining. Why am I so unsure of which cup to pick? Because I've had a hermit's experience. I mean, the hermit's wise as F. Like, why am I I've had a lot of experience of being unsure. Okay, I feel like that's only a block, and you're looking at how you've been stuck before, because to come in as the King of Cups, I'm not seeing that as a problem right now. See, what Spirit wants you to know, Ace of Cups is bursting through here, outcome energy, and it does require you to not fall back into this pattern of emotional of not being aligned in your head and heart, but you're coming in as aligned in head and heart. You know what you want. You've experienced emotional fragmentation before. I feel like that's what the lesson is here for you, Kath. You're walking away from that and just focusing on self-love. Yeah, Seven of Cups fueled by the Ten of Pentacles. And again, that South Node. I'm glad that came back, because it was that little crossroads between yours and Peg's reading, and it's here. This is the pattern you're ending. Okay, if I'm unsure, that's a no. I know more about myself now. I know what to cut and sever. Yeah. What Spirit wants your cut? See the split? Five of Wands. You're letting this old friendship, you're either putting up very strong boundaries and just saying it can be friends and only friends, otherwise I'd just rather stay my ass home. I feel you. Let's see what's driving that Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's your 180. And again, I came back to that reading because that was our 12th. It was a 12 card here. Hanged Man is the 12th major arcana. Yeah, this is what freedom looks like here. Full moon, again, Three of Pentacles, a new springboard, 33 energy, hugging the moon of the 9, hugging the ending. You're ending this pattern. Okay. Walking away from staking your claim in the wrong thing or letting your past follow you. Yeah, that's walking away from letting your past follow you, the Six of Cups. Maybe that might have been an okay band-aid in the past, or for when you were bored and you're like, why not? Less work for me. But yeah, I feel like you're just then it becomes not good enough. It's not fulfilling, right? It's nice to fill in the blank spots, but it's not what you really want. And to get what we really want, again, in my write-up, we want our hand to be open, be like, gimme, 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 universe, gimme this hottie. Well, then we have to let loose of something else, and you're doing that. That's pretty straightforward there. This cat. Advice for Kathy, please. I want to know who this Leo is, or fire energy, this fiery person. Again, it could just be the 727 timings. The North Node is shifting into both of our first houses, guys. I don't know how that's going to go. Shifting, yeah, it's when the 727 thing shifts. Okay. Because that's going to yank us up out of our first house. That South Node is going to be pulling us out of any stuck patterns. Okay. And building blocks, this is what you're doing. And it's like in steps, right? We gotta do things kind of in the cosmic order. Then there's your karmic justice. Can't make it up. Then there's your milk and honey, baby. Yeah, it's a process. Wow. Wow, 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 Kath. These are amazing cards tonight. This is great energy, you guys. It feels like it's on the uptick. Beautiful, beautiful. Kaylee, you up next. You should be excited. I would be excited if that was my reading too, Kath. This is like a whole new world. Okay. It's like no longer judging ourselves. Ooh, it feels like remember I can't remember if you're older than me or not, or younger than me. I think you're 2 years younger than me. I can't remember. Can't worship. But it's like when we talked about, I already forgot it. Sorry. It's going somewhere. It'll circle back. All right. What's Miss Kaylee need to know? If anybody has a chance and they can just double check the chat for me to make sure I'm not missing anybody, that would be great. Perfect timing because I gave myself a limit tonight, which I never do. Okay, Kaylee, a little bit of switchy changey here in the rearranging in the order. Okay, you're coming in as being at this stoplight, and see how her backside's kind of in the dark, and then the forward movement is what's lit. But this is like kind of an energy of either you're standing at the light, someone still thinks that your light's still on, if you're getting my drift. And normally don't drift, I just say it. But you're the light post here. My first might have to do with a past life energy because literally years and years ago when I did my first regression, I saw that building and I put my hands on it and it was just like flat all the way up. It's definitely someone you've broken bread with, or they know you, they see you as the light. The situation is self-wish fulfillment here. And my first thing I'm checking out is her hand on her heart. And then we got opportunity, Empress, baby. Okay. Empress energy, 6, 9, and 3. 6, 9, 3. Yeah. So 10 of Swords in the environmental energy situation, 2 of Wands, and another 3, the 12 of the Hanged Man. So your Empress energy feels like it's getting an upgrade. That's the opportunity. But whatever you've cut and severed here, they're not only still holding a candle, but as you're in your more singular wish fulfillment, taking care of your own heart, what's surrounding you is someone still sees you as this light, or they see something as still kicking and alive, when we know Scully isn't. Okay. Recent past here. Devil energy, repeating a cycle in the 6 of Cups dynamic. Yeah, the Devil and the 2 of Cups. So what started off as balance could be the start of a marriage, only because she has wedding dress on, and I was drawn to the cross. And the recent past, there was a crossroads because maybe you were seeing the connection with this person that could be very painful, deeply connected to the past. But there's like wine stains on the gown. Okay. Actually, this goes over here. Aren't you an 11 life path? Aren't you master intuitive there? High priestess energy, the 2. Okay, again, in between worlds, and I talked about this a little bit before you got here about like your back is to what has been hollow coming out of the tunnel and into the light. Driving the high priestess energy is you're getting your groove back here. That's Aries cutting and severing. Your confidence is making your intuition peak up higher. This could also simply be an Aries at the heart of the Yang energy, the one that wants to choose you. Queen of Wands is also Scorpio. Doesn't have to be just the characteristics. The archetypal energy. Near future, there's your Ace of Pentacles being driven by the Nine of Wands. And notice how most of this energy in this Nine of Wands, it's like they want to go another round of this. But if you do, see that, like that blood or the wine stain on the dress, right? Because it's, if you do, then you're the one that gets blood on your feathers, right? Even though this wants to cycle back, I kind of feel like you're saying at your peril, man. Yeah, something about the wine. There's our ding. Uno momento. Howdy down. Oh, hang on. I'll have to finish. Okay, but there's a ding-a-ring there for you for some reason. Bells. I just think you're going to eat that for breakfast and spit it out. I don't know why I'm getting that. I can't put my finger on it. The block is the I'm dressed to go to the ball, but I haven't gone up the steps. Two of Pentacles. What Spirit wants you to know. Five of Pentacles. Why has God forsaken me here? But the situation is like, he hasn't. Wish fulfillment's in store. And potential outcome energy, happiest card in the deck, the Sun. We ain't mad at that. What's driving the block of not going into the party would be, does this still have a new chance, potential to start or not? It's coming in as ancient, yesteryear, driven by the Ten of Swords. That's as lots of lifetimes. Ophelia that song talks about. This is the Ophelia painting, but the song by Natalie Merchant talks about all the different lives that she stepped into. You've done this dynamic not just in this lifetime, but others as well. It's supposed to be over here. Two of Swords, yeah. Five of Pentacles. If you don't decide to go towards your Sun, you are willingly grabbing this floater here. You are just about to take off, Spirit said, but you do choose to go towards the Sun. I'm happy about that. And outcome energy, even if solo happiness means that you're just a little bit bored for a while, you can handle it. You got to heal some emotional fragmentation here. Seven of Cups, possibly with the King of Pentacles, or that's who's bringing the Sun. And not only they bring in the Sun, they bring in spoiled for choice, bring in some money, bring in some passion. King of Cups would be driving the Three of Wands. You've been manifesting someone who's more even-keeled here. King of Cups that has a heart as big as yours. You're like, I want my damn wish fulfillment. Okay, let's see if we get anything on the advice. Yeah, I don't think you learn the lesson here too. Like you might be putting yourself on pause, and that's okay. There's deep knowing, and we have High Priestess at the center of the reading. It's a 43 energy with an owl. And then we have the peace energy of 5 here coming in, which I talked about at the top of the reading. I also pulled charms with a dove. Noticing these eggs, right? Might want to check out both of those. And just trust your deep knowing here. Maybe that's what you're healing because you knew this all along. And then just because someone else goes, oh, I'll do better this time, or I'm really giving you the Ace of Pentacles, you're like eating it up. She's wearing like bird feathers here around her neck. And this deep knowing and peace did come out in reverse. So I would read the protection messages for both of those for you, Kaylee. Yeah. Okay. Next reading for Crystal. Okay, I felt like I was missing somebody. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to check that front door. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't normally move for whole time I'm up here. But sometimes you just have to answer the door, even though I have a sign up. Well, Ange, maybe they can't read. Maybe they are hard sight and cannot see a big red sign that says recording. All right, let's get you some messages, Crystal. Thanks everybody for hanging out at date night. As you know, it's my favorite night of the week. Ooh, Kaylee, on the bottom of the deck, there's another 12, by the way, 48. Just before I put that away with your deep knowing and peace, you got poised. So poised to do a 180. Choice to make a different decision. Okay, or make a different choice. Miss Crystal's in the house. Get your dressed and clean. To your daughter. Preserve. Oh, yeah. I wore my grandmother's dress when I got married the first time. How old was I? Well, I was 20. Couldn't even have a beverage, which really pissed me off. I'm like, come on, we got a hotel room here. He fell asleep on the wedding night anyway, so. All right. 9 of Swords and the Fool. Did you have some travel plans cancel here, Crystal? It's like, well, that was the plan. Maybe, yeah, because there's an Ace of Pentacles there, or you were thinking about one, and something got changed up or pushed back. Page of Wands and 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. I want to throw my fuck it stick, but 5 of Pentacles, there's a lack of something, maybe a lack of flights, a lack of maybe you're saving up and you're not there yet. But 9 Hermit there, some kind of a ending or lesson learned. Okay. Messages for Crystal, please, and thank you. You had a whole entire flipper there in the deck. I'll take that too. Yeah, when I say ending of some sort, something's transforming here. A 5 of Cups. This don't feel like your energy. What's going on, bub? Watching a ship pass by. I did talk about cruise last week. I'm dying, but of course, then everybody's like, well, on the cruise, not a good time for a cruise right now. Is that what maybe happened? Let's see. Empress right there as the opportunity transforming into Empress energy. You don't have to do as much work now. You can just attract. Yeah. Your healing here is in the past. You healed from, you've already transformed in this ending here, and you are definitely have already reattached to a new dream, a star. Queen of Cups at the heart of the reading, and near future, the Lovers. The block is the Page of Wands. You were gonna throw your bucket stick, but something got stopped here. What Spirit wants you to know, yeah, it's a tea party, but I'm focusing on the I'm late for an important date. You feel like something has passed you by here, or that you're not gonna have it in time, have a message in time, receive a message in time. Well, I got partnership coming in here for you, Crystal. If this what Spirit wants you to know, you're not late. You just had to let the cups pass. You are over the spilt milk aspect of it. And the heart of the reading being Queen of Cups, who pours into herself, especially where she's pouring there from that healing transformation. You got a matching energy to your Queen of Cups vibration here. This is partnership. Balanced and equal. This is definitely going to swing in your favor here, but if maybe it takes you by surprise because it's not the person you thought. Let's see. Okay, High Priestess energy supporting your transformation. You already put in all the hard work here. What I say, situation of working on that Five of Cups. You focused on the 2 cups instead of the spilt milk. Okay, I have some flippers here. What's the opportunity is being driven by the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles is the first step to Queen of Pentacles, and then Queen of Pentacles turns into the Empress. So even though you don't see this opportunity, the portal there opening up, it is. And if you feel like one passed you by, it wasn't the one. That weren't it. Strength in reverse in the past. Yeah, it started off pretty, it wasn't easy to do this. This is a long time card to heal and get back to a hopeful energy. You put the work in there. Strength to push something away, tame our inner beast, all that healing work. You're like, yeah, it was not easy. And it didn't start off that way. It didn't start off that I was okay. Heart of the reading. Yeah, you're like, I'm a Queen of Cups here. My heart's been through it. Tower. I've been through it. Knight of Swords in the near future. Again, the Gemini energy being in Venus, and then that's fueling the Lovers. This is going to come in quicker than you think, and I feel like it's just you weren't even looking, you weren't expecting. Wheel of Fortune in the blocked position. Divine timing's here. It's just around the corner. That's driving the Page of Wands that's in reverse. So that is kind of like not being excited. The block is tamping down your excitement for something, but there's a destined tie here. And Spirit wants you to know about this 3 of Cups. I'm late. 4 of Pentacles is driving that. So that is holding on to maybe an old friendship or holding on to the thought of a reunion. Maybe you were supposed to go to a reunion and you missed the boat or something. It just feels like something was planned and then it didn't happen, and that was disappointing. But there's a reason. There's a bigger spiritual reason. And word, Page of Swords, what's driving that is the World card energy, the most powerful card in the deck here. A successful conclusion, finally finishing something out. There's that Pandora's box again, guiding the King of Cups. You went through all that pain. we were in the spilt milk in the past because that's what we healed. Facing the future, with or without funds, doesn't matter, guys. It's a feeling. You open Pandora's box on a King of Cups on your vibrational match. They're kind of like the quiet type, because they're just very intuitive, very in tune, like a silent leader kind of energy. And what you've completed a cycle on, or this person, they're also coming from something, some kind of burden they sat down. That was what we willingly carried. Okay. They are willingly here ending, carrying more than they could handle. Maybe you're also slowing down on taking all the projects, right? You're going, why am I exhausting myself when I'm getting paid the same? If I have 5 projects or 2 projects, I'll take 2, please. Now, what is that gaslighting energy can also be ending. Maybe they're teaching you how to make things swing in your direction in an easier way. So, hey, if I'm getting paid the same to do 5 jobs or 2 jobs as I would to do 5, well, 5's nice just for the experience while you're trying to learn. But if you ain't getting paid for it, I feel like this is a person for you this time. So I just don't think you know it. Yeah, this person, like the kind of like the quiet type, the shy type, maybe. But there's an intuitive, you won't need to like speak verbally. This is one of those connections that you finish each other's sentences and you already know what they don't have to say anything because you can feel it. You can feel what they're feeling. Hope that's making sense for you here, Crystal. Let's get you some advice so you can Google. All right, I feel like it's that one. A leg up. That is a 34 or a 7 energy. We've got Peace 23 and what was not for you here. That's what I feel like that's what you're healing from. Or maybe if like something brand new was starting and we were really disappointed that it didn't go anywhere, it's because there's something bigger here coming. You got like Mama Bear, Papa Bear energy. And what's on the bottom of the deck is an unfinished symphony or a never-ending story, and then orphaned. So with that 5 of Cups, that ship passing, I don't know if somebody you reunited with here kind of showed their ass again, and just maybe they wanted to, I don't know what, but then you're just like, why did I give them any of my time? You put a lot, you're like, I put a lot of damn hard work into myself, and then them kind of doing that or not showing up or whatever. I mean, I don't know the situation. I'm just trying to give examples, but they did what they've always done. Or if it was a different meat suit, then it was kind of like I ignored a red flag. But it feels like you wouldn't have regret if you didn't, if you hadn't have broken bread with that person before. But it was just, I feel like it was something to show you how much you've grown, because instead of like ending up in a piling boohoo heap, you're just like, I knew better. They did what they did. Not for me. That's on me. It was something that was never going to move. I thought they were looking for peace regarding this unfinished symphony, but I just had to see again that it was something not for me, because it's a never ending story. And then this leg up, the next time it approaches, you're like, you can be the one that sits your ass at home or waiting at the coffee shop by yourself for someone to show up that doesn't. It might be it might be a friend situation, but I feel like you're meeting somebody here soon, honey. Somebody new, somebody that you didn't think. Okay. Feels like a person. Yes, it does. Okay, guys. That would be me. I'm off. I just work here. Oh, you're so welcome, Miss Diana. It's a gift to me to be able to sit and check in with you guys. It raises my vibrational frequency to be able to sit and giggle and be silly like I'm sitting here with my girlfriends. And that's because that's what we're doing. And I love it. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being with me, and we will see you next time for date night. Thank you for supporting the readings this week by watching them so I can get my watch hours up as my subscriber count is upping. As you know, this whole last year, the time's being averaged in. So basically being YT punished for the average of adding in the time of hell. So I love you too. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.